everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I have the keys to a 2019 Audi TT RS. It's been quite some time since I've driven a TTRS. I drove a 2018 model, and then I drove even an earlier generation with the 6-speed manual, so this one has the paddle shifters in it. We're going to take a look around this car. As you can tell, it is not stock on the outside. There are quite a few modifications that have significant importance to them, and then we'll take it for a drive and see what it's like to be behind the wheel. Also guys, don't forget, for this month we have the GoPro giveaway, so make sure you comment on this video. Every comment counts as an entry towards winning the GoPro, and at the end of January we will pick a winner, so make sure you comment on this video and every other video for your chance to win the GoPro. So let's go ahead and take a quick walk around of this car. If you haven't been able to see yet, there's a signature on the front here. This is Michelle Mouton. I hope I didn't butcher that too much. She is the first woman to go up Pikes Peak, or the qualify in the fastest time going up Pikes Peak. So that is her personal signature. Pretty cool to see. As you can tell with the rest of the car, with these stripes, everything on the hood and the side here, I think, don't quote me on this, I think this is some kind of heritage design to one of the first Audi race cars, and I think it's one of the first ones that went up Pikes Peak as well. So the owner of this car did a lot of research. I was talking to him earlier, of course, and getting all of the designs and everything perfect, he had to do a lot of color matching to get all of these the exact color and the exact stripe and pattern. And then you can see the stripe comes down all the way to the back there, and he has the wing with the carbon fiber side blades on it. It's a very sharp looking car. I love the silver wheels on it, and I think the stripes are really nice. It's not overdone or anything, and it's a great tribute to the earlier heritage of the Audis and where everything started. So that is pretty awesome. Up front we have the LEDs and the large grille. What I really love about the TTRS is it's basically a mini R8, and in some cases it can be faster. This car would smoke my V8 R8. This has 400 horsepower and around 355-66 pound-feet of torque. Much more than my V8 R8. They're all-wheel drive, very lightweight, and some of them, I'm not sure if this one has launch control, we'll hop on the inside, but as we take another walk around the outside, carbon fiber on the gas cap there with the TT logo. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back hatch here. Has a good amount of storage space because it's a hatchback, but the owner also installed this carbon fiber Audi Sport cross brace, which is pretty cool to see. I'm not sure if there's some kind of brace for the stock setup, but this is pretty awesome to see all this carbon fiber in the back. And then as you got a glimpse of the seats there, they have some red on them. So let's go ahead and hop inside. This is a very nice interior with the red coming down the seats. It matches the stitching, leather seats with the RS badge up top. There's carbon fiber on the center there. You have Alcantara on the steering wheel, red engine start stop button, along with some red on the vents. It reminds me a lot of my R8, even though it's much more updated since mine was a 2010 and this is a 2019. But as we hop back inside now, you can see there's Alcantara and leather on the door panel there. And then once we're actually inside here, I love the Audi Sport emblem on the top of the windshield. Kind of makes it feel a little more hunkered down since you have this line right about there. But other than that, great visibility. Here is the carbon fiber bar in the back there. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see if there's anything up underneath. I actually haven't looked under there yet. So underneath there's more carbon fiber with the RS badge and red behind that. I don't think there's any performance modifications done to this car, but with 400 horsepower and all-wheel drive, you really don't need many. So let's get this out on the road and see what it's like to drive. All right, so hopping into a 2019 Audi TT RS. We'll go ahead and start it up from the steering wheel there. And I am down at Audi Greenville for the day, so I'm going to be checking out a bunch of other Audis, including a 2020 R8. So definitely check out that video. I will have that down below. Everything is pretty much the same as the R8, so it's pretty awesome to see that in a TTRS. We are on winter tires today, and it's kind of cold outside, so I might not be doing anything too crazy. We need to let the tires warm up a little bit, but so far just cruising in the parking lot here on our way out. It's very cool to be behind the wheel of this. It reminds me of my R8 a lot, even though it has a lot more updated technology, being 9 years newer. So getting it out on the road now, first thing I'll go over, like a normal review that I do, is just the general visibility. This is a very small car, so it's honestly easy to see in any direction that you look. The glass behind you is right there, and even with this banner across the windshield, I still have plenty of forward-facing visibility. So there's virtually zero blind spots in a car like this, but for its size, that's pretty understandable again, because the glass is right here. I'm submerged in the glass here. It's kind of like, it kind of has a bubble shape to it, which allows it to have a lot of glass, but at the same time, it's not overdone. It still feels hunkered down, has a low roof line, so you feel like you are in a sports car, which you are, because this is a crazy car to drive. Once I get the tires warmed up here a bit, just taking some of these turns at normal speeds, it handles so well. So again, this has 400 horsepower, about 350 pound-feet of torque, a little bit more than that. And this is a fast car. 0 to 60 is under 4 seconds. So for the price, you're getting a pretty awesome car. It's a mini R8 in some ways. At the same time, it can almost be the same price. This is gonna be closer to a used R8 price point. I sold my 2010 Audi R8 for the mid-60s. So you're gonna be close to that with this car on the used market, if you can find one, 2018, maybe a 2019 used. But at the same time, if you're not looking for that R8 attention and you want a fast car, I don't think this car is going to get as much attention as an R8 would. So you're not really sacrificing anything other than not getting a lot of attention or looks. So if that's something you're not looking for, this is a great choice. I've always loved the TT. I feel like this was going to be kind of my first step before I got my R8, which of course I skipped and I went straight to the R8. But if this car was something that I wanted to get first and then go to the R8, it's definitely a good choice. Taking this turn here, wow, the car is warmed up a little bit. I need to figure out how to change the exhaust tone again. We're gonna go to dynamic. There's an exhaust button, I can't remember. I have the drive select in dynamic. I think that automatically does it. So we'll go ahead and make a UE here for all-wheel drive. It's a pretty tight turning radius. And hopefully you guys can hear that exhaust. Oh yeah. So we are in second gear. It tells you right in the center there with your speed. Coming around a turn here, power out a little bit. Not doing anything too crazy, but that was already well up to the speed limit. We'll do some downshifts here. I think it could be a little bit louder. We'll go again here. It is so nimble going around that little mini S curve. I mean, there's no body roll. The steering is so direct, especially in dynamic mode. If we go over to comfort mode, it's a lot looser, as you can see that play in the steering wheel. If I go back to dynamic, much tighter. You can feel it. If you don't see it on camera, I can feel it a lot more than that. We'll go ahead and downshift there. This is a really fun S curve right here. Wow. Oh my gosh. If you guys have never driven a TT, especially the TTRS, what a car. I could see this being a great daily driver. It's very comfortable, obviously having it in comfort mode. I'm gonna keep it in dynamic just for this video, but there's actually a pretty decent amount of room behind the seats. You have the hatchback style, so you could put a good amount of stuff in there if you didn't have this aftermarket carbon fiber brace in the back, which I think is pretty cool. You can see it a little bit in that rear view mirror, and obviously it's going to give the car a lot more rigidity and structure than whatever was there in the stock configuration. So it kind of hinders that storage space a little bit, but you can still pack a lot in this car, especially having the open area between the seats there. And I love everything on the interior. I love the Alcantara on the steering wheel. Gives it a really comfortable feel. I can easily grip the steering wheel. Those downshifts sound pretty good. Wow. There is no denying that this is a fast car, 400 horsepower. But moving back to everything on the inside, I really like the fact that a lot of the newer Audis are moving to this virtual cockpit. This is just over 12 inches, and it has everything that you need. Especially in this car, there's nothing in the center. All you have is 3 air vents with these nice dials on the inside, so you have fan speed, temperature, and where you want the air to go. And that's it. Traction control, you have your parking sensors, and then a little bit of storage in the center. You can control this screen with all the buttons on the steering wheel or using this pad down in the center. So whichever way feels more comfortable. The only downside to having all of this information to the driver is that your passenger really can't do anything. They can change the stations and adjust the volume or turn the power on and off. Ooh, I just found the exhaust button. Standard, sport. Okay, I think we've been in sport, so that's good. But yeah, so if your passenger wants to do anything, they could use these buttons down in the center if they really could get a good angle at that screen. So there's pros and cons to having it driver focused. But I think it's really cool. It cleans up the center. You don't have a screen sticking up in the middle, and it just gives you a ton of information that you need to scroll through. I'm not going to go through all of that today. I did do a full review of a 2018 TTRS, so I will link that down below if you want to see everything, all the specs, the dimensions, more horsepower numbers, 0 to 60, everything like that. Today is just driving one and having fun in one that's a lot more unique than a stock TTRS. With all of the custom accents that the owner has done to this car, I think it looks really nice with the wheels, all of the stripes. He did a ton of research, as I mentioned earlier, to get all the stripes, the exact color, the exact dimensions, and just the exact pattern. So I think that's pretty cool. That's a lot of dedication to showing off the heritage of where Audi has come from, and I think that's been done very nicely in this vehicle. So we'll do one last acceleration for today's video. Coming around this turn again. It's awesome to see your power and torque have live readouts for you, so you can see exactly how much power and torque is going down. You can see the percentage of it. That's pretty awesome. Well guys, I think that's going to wrap up my test drive in a 2019 Audi TTRS. Huge shout out to the owner for providing this vehicle for me today. And again, I am down at Audi Greenville for the day, so I'll have their website down in the description below as well. Definitely check out the reviews I have coming in the next couple videos. Don't forget about the giveaway. Comment on this video and any other video for January, and that is your entry into winning a GoPro. You also have to be a subscriber to the channel. But that's going to end it for today. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.